everybody, it's Jennifer. Happy Tuesday. How are you all? I am just gonna get us started. Find our live feed. There we go. How is everybody doing? I am Jennifer with Couture. I'm Couture independent designer. I am gonna do some fun crafting tonight. If you guys are just joining, drop a comment. Let me know you're here. I'm gonna get this shared out to some of our other groups so we can get started. Happy Tuesday. If you are jumping on, please leave a comment so I know you're here. I'm going to check comments in just a moment. And then we'll get started. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Say hi, drop a comment if you're here. I'll be checking for comments in just a second. In the meantime, if you can hit that share button while I am also sharing out into our groups, that would be great. And we will start in just 1 second. Okay. One more, and we're all set. Okay. Hi, Steph. Hello. How are you? I know you're on silent. I just started talking. That's okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am Jennifer, chock full of. I am a Couture independent designer. We are going to do some craft and chalking fun tonight. Please, if you are joining, drop a comment. Let me know you're here. Hit your share button. Let the rest of the world know you're here so that other people can join us. I'm going to be checking comments, making sure I can see everybody's comments before we get started. But we're gonna do a couple different projects tonight. We've got a round gold board we're using and one of our black and white Greyson boards. But yeah, so as folks are jumping on, we'll get started on things. So I was going to work on Valentine's Day items tonight, but decided tomorrow is a big day. Yay! Tomorrow is the inauguration, and whether or not you agree with who is elected or not, this is not going to be political. Hopefully we can all agree that it's a pretty cool thing that a lady's going to the White House. Our first female vice president, that's pretty awesome. So hello, Steph. So tonight I am going to do some projects about like female empowerment and cool things like that. So this is one of the ones we're going to do tonight. It says, she remembered who she was and the game changed. And it also has the word mighty, so we're going to cut these apart. Hopefully you guys can see them okay. We've also got this one that says, like a boss. And I've got a couple others that we're gonna take a look at too. So there's Wife Mom Boss, and then we've got some really cute, these are tiny, they're probably hard to see, but these are beautifully rare minis. So we've got a bunch of tiny little minis, see, like a boss. So cool lady power, female empowerment. We're celebrating that a lady's going to the White House tomorrow. You may not like her, you may not have voted for her, But you can't deny the fact that it's history tomorrow, and it's pretty cool that there's going to be a woman vice president. So that's what we're doing tonight. We also will talk a little bit about some changes coming to some different Chalk Couture products. And I also have a winner to announce for a giveaway game that was going on in my group earlier this week. So hang out, come check things out, and that's what we're going to work on tonight. So if you're just joining, hi guys. I see there's some more folks jumping on. Hello. My name is Jennifer. I am a Chalk Couture independent designer. If you're not familiar with me or what Chalk Couture is, don't worry, we're gonna go through all that fun tonight. Hi guys. If you're dropping in, drop a comment, say hi, let me know you're here so I can see. It doesn't always show me who all is in the group. Also, if you don't mind, hit that share button. Let the rest of the world know what we're doing tonight so they can come and join our video. That would be great. And yeah, so if you missed the beginning, we're doing some female empowerment, lady boss, like a boss projects tonight to celebrate the milestone, the history being made tomorrow. First Lady Vice President. We're not going to make it any more political than that. I don't care who you voted for. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it matters to me, but not in this sense. But let's just be happy that there's a lady going to the White House. So we're going to do two different projects. I think two different projects. We'll see what we get through. So I'm going to start with this one. It says, she remembered who she was and the game changed. And it says mighty, and there's a key. So if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, we specialize in these cool silk screen transfers. We have reusable, washable chalkboard surfaces. And then we have this really cool Chalkology paste that comes in a bajillion different colors. And you apply it through the silk screen onto the surface. It is semi-permanent while you display it up in your household. When you decide it's time to change out your design and you want to do something new, you can wash that off and start all over. If you want to spray a sealant on it and keep your design forever, you certainly can. But that's the cool mini version of what is Chalk Couture. So we're going to get started. So I'm going to take our first transfer, and it's got a cut line because it's got two different parts. I mean, really, it's got three different parts. You can chalk whichever parts you want. And I'm going to cut it right along that chalk cut line. Because I'm going to start with this part. That she remembered who she was and the game changed. And that's going to go right here on my 10-inch white and gold. This is a reusable surface. This one is retiring, guys. The circles with the gold trim is retiring. So if you're interested, now is a great time to grab these. My link is in the description. There's two different links up there tonight. There is the link to my link tree that has all of my links that will get you to our shop, to my Facebook page, to my Facebook group, to my Pinterest, to my blog, to my all the things. But there's also a cart link which has all of the Boss Lady transfers that I'm showing tonight and some other ones that we have all conveniently already pulled into a cart for you. So if you are liking what you're seeing tonight, you can click that link. Everything's already loaded into a cart. You can add more things to your cart. If you don't want all the transfers, you can take them out, but you don't have to go hunting them down. So that's what that second link is. It's just an auto-generated cart for you that has everything in it that you already need. So I'm fuzzing up my transfer. What's that all about? Well, this is a brand new transfer. When you have brand new transfers, you want to use a terry cloth towel, or we have these nifty fuzzing mats that are dual purpose. And you just want to get some fuzz, some lint on the back. So it's not super sticky when you put it on your surface, that when you pull it up that you end up stretching or tearing or doing things you don't want to do. So I'm going to place this on here kind of at an angle. I think that's where I want it, so I'm going to smooth it down. If we chalk and decide that's not where we want it, we can erase it and we can pull it up. Hi Sandy, how are you? So we want to make sure this is down nice and smooth. The parts that we're going to chalk. If we've got corners sticking up, that's okay because we're not chalking those. So we've got it on our board. That's where I want those words to fall. And I'm going to use my Colonial blue. Nice, pretty blue. Kind of running with an offshoot of the red, white, and blue tonight. I'm going to grab a stirrer, and I'm going to stir up my paste. You can see it's a little foamy tonight. So, big news. Couture has reformulated their chalk. Woo! Get excited, you guys. If you've ever used our chalk before and you've ordered one that's shown up in not desirable form, the game is changing, y'all. They have worked with an engineering company. I want to say chemical engineering, but I don't know. So I'm not going to lie to you all or make things up. Some sort of engineering company who specializes in coatings and colors and chalks and all of this fun stuff. And they've reformulated the paste. So I'm going to grab some here. Yay! Nice to hear, Sandy. So if you guys have not seen this before, you grab some paste, you slide it on. You want to cover all of that white open screen area. So we want to cover it all with color. And then as you're covering with color, and I kind of do that at like a 45-degree angle with my squeegee, then a 90-degree angle, you want to scrape all the excess paste. And it's also going to help pull the paste into the areas that you haven't covered yet. And you just want to continue to do that. Spread, scrape until everything's covered. I try to mostly go in like one direction. And you want to work fairly quickly right now. We'll talk about that too with paste changes. Yay. Okay, so we've got everything covered. You scrape it to the point where you can actually see those words come back through. And then this is the fun part, the reveal. So you grab a corner and then you want to pull not at an angle, but left to right or top to bottom. Woohoo! Dun, dun, dun. See how quick and easy that was? Yay! So we're going to give that a couple minutes to dry, 3 or 4 minutes. And we're going to rinse this off. So if you're not familiar with cleaning the transfers, it's also super easy. I have a cheap, this is literally from the dollar store. I got about 1 inch of water in here. You want to put your dirty side down, shake it up a little, loosen up the paste, flip it over so it's dirty side up. We have these nifty board erasers. They're called board erasers, but we use them for cleaning pretty much all of our products. You're just gonna swipe off any paste that's on the surface. You may need to turn it over and do the back side as well. Just want to make sure I got some paste already sitting in the bottom of my basin from previous projects, so I want to make sure that doesn't stick on there. And you want to pull it up, wring out your board eraser, set that aside. You want all that excess water to run off. Then, remember I said these were dual? Woo, the other side is a drying side. So put a sticky side up. If you don't have one of these, you know, your regular old towel will do. Then you want to use a non-lint cloth. I like the Norwex and Viral cloths, or you can use paper towels, just not the real fuzzy ones. And you want to wipe the sticky side down to get the extra water off. Then, well, you can see it's already re-sticky because my finger's sticking to it. But just let this sit out for a little bit to air dry, and then you can put it back on your backing sheet and it's ready to use again. Yay! So if you use them properly or clean them properly, they are, I got some water on here. Oh, and I just, see you guys, this is why this, I just smeared the edge of my, I was trying to wipe the frame, and of course I smeared the chalk. So the chalk paste right now takes probably like 3 to 5 minutes to dry. Hence, it was not dry yet. That's okay, because that's easily fixable. Hence, the beauty of the reusable and the cleanable paste. So we're gonna let that dry while I put this away and I talk to you about the new chalk paste. So, new chalk paste, what to expect. What to expect is it's gonna be a new creamy, dreamy formula. It is still going to be non-toxic, completely proprietary, all made in-house by Couture. But it is still non-toxic. If the pups, the kids, whomever else get into it, somebody eats it, it's not going to taste good, but it's not going to kill you. So it's still non-toxic. It is now going to have an extended shelf life. Before, I don't know the exact specifics on that one yet, but I'll get you details. It used to be that paste unopened was good for a year. Once open, good for 6 months. It now has an extended shelf life, so I don't know what that means, but I know it's a lot longer. And it's supposed to be, and I think this one is like it. Let's see. So if any of you guys are familiar with our inks or our shimmers, where you open them up and they're just perfect kind of yogurty consistency. You never need to add water. You just stir and go. That's how they're all gonna be. That is how they're all gonna be. And they have a little bit longer drying time, which is a good thing because, hey, Jen Lingo, how are you, dear? Welcome. I'm just talking about the changes coming to the chalk paste. We have new formula coming, extended shelf life, still non-toxic, creamy, dreamy, wonderful experience. They're going to be very much the same consistencies as our inks and our shimmers, really like smooth as yogurt. You should not have to ever add any water anymore. You should be able to just stir and go. Hi, Alicia, welcome. They tested them out when they just had their leadership conference this last weekend, and they left one out open overnight, came back, it was still perfect. So get really excited about that. We have awesome new chalk formula coming. Now, along with that, it does have a slightly longer dry time. So old paste dried in like 3 to 5 minutes. New paste is gonna dry in about like 8 to 10 minutes. That is a good thing. One, if you're like me and you work slow, you now have more work time. No more chalk and peel method. You can take your time on different colors and get your chalk in like we do with ink, and pull, and everything should be good to go. So that's really great. And to go along with the extended chalk dry time, we also, this is not it, but envision that this is teal. We have a brand new heat tool coming out. So I just got a heat gun for Christmas to help with dry time because I'm always slow and want my things to dry faster. Chalk Central has realized that's quite common, and because now it's going to be a slightly longer dry time, they created their own heat gun drying tool in beautiful Chalk Couture teal. So mine's not Chalk Couture teal, but you get the idea. It'll be just like mine. Dual setting. It will have a kickstand, so you can decide low or high. I can't speak to whether or not the new one is quieter or louder than this because I haven't got to use it yet, but that's coming. So yeah, get excited. Go figure. I just got one and now the company is making one. So let's see if this is dry now. Still a little wet, so we'll give it another couple minutes. Ooh. Or we'll work on the next project. But, oh, thank you for sharing. Woo. Okay, actually I could work on another piece of this, so. No, heat tool, it helps dry. It's not what you think. Oh, thanks, Steph, for the giggles. Okay, so those of you who jumped on late, what are we even doing? We're doing a couple different projects tonight. I don't know if you can read that. It says, she remembered who she was and the game changed. I was gonna start on Valentine's Day projects today, but then I realized tomorrow is a pretty big deal. Like, oh yeah, you can see that pretty good. Okay. Yes, you do for drawing. Thank you for clarifying for those who don't have sound. So tomorrow's a pretty big deal, right? It's Inauguration Day. I do not want to turn this political by any means. I don't want to turn this political. I don't care who you voted for, who your choice was, but you have to admit tomorrow's a pretty awesome thing that we are going to have our first female vice president. Yay! So that's what I decided to work on tonight, was some like lady boss, female empowerment, cool projects like that tonight. So I pulled a bunch of my like lady boss transfers, and that is what we're working on at the moment. So this first one says, she remembered who she was and the game changed. And then we're gonna put this big mighty on the bottom. She remembered she was mighty, and that changed everything. We're gonna do a cool thing with this key too, which we could actually work on that while we are waiting for this to really dry. I feel like I forgot something. I don't know, but so that's what we're doing tonight. Lady empowerment, girl boss, yay, females rule the world. Got a lady going to the White House. Get excited. That's what I'm working on tonight. So we're doing the she remembered who she was in the game change and the mighty on the bottom. I want to do something different with the key so we can kind of hang it from the side. I wish that I had a wood cutout for the key, but I don't. But for those of you who don't have access to scrap wood and saws and things like that, because people make like those jigsaw shapes all the time, if that's not something you have access to, I'm going to show you a different method, a different option. So let me grab, sorry. My arms aren't long enough for everything I put out on this table. So here we go. We're going to use, this is a watercolor pad. I'm going to grab a piece of watercolor paper. And we really recommend the watercolor paper as opposed to like a parchment paper or cardstock for chalking, just because there's something about the surface and the makeup of watercolor paper, probably because it's got some properties with working with water and paint, that really holds well to the chalk, but also releases well for the transfer. So yeah, we're going to chalk, grab my fuzzing mat, this really pretty skeleton key onto a piece of watercolor paper, and then we're going to cut it out and use it as an accent. So I haven't used this half yet, so I am gonna get it nice and fuzzed up. How are you guys? What are you all doing tonight? It's still quarantine. We're all home. If you live in Illinois, most of Illinois moved back to tier 2 today or yesterday for immediate release. My mind's a little blown. I didn't think we were there yet, but that's exciting. Is anybody doing anything fun tonight? Just kicking it and watching me. You got to be doing other things. Everybody multitasks. I know I'm not that important. All right. So you do definitely want to make sure you fuzz when you're working on the watercolor paper. I also like to try and make sure that some portion of my transfer overlaps the paper if possible, because it's that much easier to pull up. If that's not something you can do based on like the design, you can stick a squeegee under the corner so you've got a part that doesn't touch, so it's easier to pull the transfer back up. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys could see what I mean. I'm sticking one of our squeegees between the transfer and the paper at the corner, just so that corner is not all the way down on the paper and I can easily pull our transfer back up. Okay, you still want to make sure it's smooth and down on the paper. And I'm going to use our blue again, I think. Maybe we'll use the gold. Let's use the gold because that just makes more sense. A gold, a metallic for a skeleton key. Really? Nobody's doing anything tonight? What are you guys all doing? Who else is watching TV besides watching me? What do y'all got on? All right, so we're gonna chalk our key. Gonna fill in our silk screen. Yeah, use the gold. Well, I didn't wait for your opinion, but I did listen to you. I'm gonna do the mighty in gold, so that's why I was trying to decide if I wanted to do the key in the gold or the blue. But I think I'm gonna do a tag on the side too and use one of the minis to add another little message. Oh, I need more chalk, y'all. I'm pushing around dry. Just need more chalk on here. So if you want to add different accents to things or make things more like 3D, you can always do stuff on watercolor paper, on wood cutouts, on fabric. That's a very common thing right now, is making stuffies out of... I sound like I'm back to being promoting the pure romance. I don't know, that's what everybody calls them, but they make little fabric like stuffed with fluff, little accents for things. You can hot glue them or you can sew them shut, either way. Okay, so this is fully chalked. I'm gonna lift this up so you guys can see. Ooh, ooh. Fully chalked. And I'm gonna, look how easily that pulls off the watercolor paper. You would think, like, how am I gonna get sticky off of paper? But look how perfect it is. And it came up so easily. I'm gonna wash that up real quick. I can find my board eraser. So somebody asked me earlier today, how do you use the board erasers? Do you have to have one? What else can you use instead? If you don't have our board erasers, first of all, I recommend just grab them. They come in a 2-pack and I think they're like $4, maybe $3 or $4. They're cheap. They come in a pack of 2. I get them all the time. But so they're cheap and easy to grab. But if you don't have them on hand or they're out of stock or you just don't have any, you can just use your fingers to wipe off the paste. That's how I did it back in the day, back when I originally joined and we didn't have board erasers yet. That is definitely an option. If you take that route, it's likely that you will have some staining on the teal part of your transfer, just because with your fingers you can't as well wipe off as much of the paste as you could with one of the board erasers. You can also use a baby wipe as long as you're using the like 100% water-based ones. You don't want any that have any sort of soap or lotion in them. I know they look like Chicago episodes. Girl, I gotta get caught up on that. You don't want to use anything that has any sort of soap or lotion in it because that will deteriorate the transfers. You don't want to do that. So, I highly recommend the board erasers. They're not a requirement. We didn't used to have them, but they're super helpful. So we have our key. We're gonna cut that out. And I'm not gonna be like super like detailed about cutting it out. I'm gonna just kind of get the silhouette going. Yes, drinking wine absolutely counts as multitasking. You know, I'm not really certain why there is not like a glass of wine down here with me or why that's not a consistent thing for my lives. I only go live once a week, so it wouldn't be like I would be drinking all the time. So it could be wine and chalk more often. I don't know why that has never occurred to me before, Stephanie. That is definitely something. I have this like right in front of my face so you guys can't see what I'm doing or hear me or see me. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. I have to figure out how to cut and not cut you all off from me while I do it. Okay, so there we go. We have our key, our pretty key. Sometimes I feel like I'm so far away, but there's no good way to like make sure you guys can see the table and what I'm working on, and then also be close enough for you guys to see all the detail and things like that. So, have our key. I'm gonna save the rest of this watercolor paper for another day, another project. Oh, tiny human. Get a life, tiny human. You know I say that with love because I also have a tiny human. I have very different feeding problems, which you know, but mama's got to stick together. And you got to get that kid weaned off if it's driving you crazy. So we're going to add our key on like so. So it's going to be a little extra that we're going to add on with some ribbon. And I think we might also add a message with one of our tags. These are our mini tags. They're wood cutout tags, double-sided. These are one-time use. They're not reusable. But I think we might add something on there like so. See what we can do. But let's finish the mighty on here and then see where we want to go with that. And then I've got a giveaway for my folks who have been hanging out and listening and waiting. Okay, so now I talked about what do I do about that smear that I made earlier, right? Well, our stuff is washable. So we have some different tools you can use. This is our detail tool. Very, very, very tiny squeegee at the top and an even tinier little pinpoint kind of scrapey needle nose. And that's exactly what it's good for, is scraping off dry paste. So you can kind of scrape the parts that if you ever go over a line, you go over the edge, maybe you didn't make sure your transfer was down enough and it bled underneath one part, but the rest of it looks gorgeous, so you don't want to redo the whole thing. You can just kind of scrape the excess. If it's like me, where it's more of a smear instead of just like a line, then you can use a paper towel or a Q-tip that's wet. I like to use just a tiny little paper towel, just get the corner of it wet and just kind of wash that area that I smudged. And then I'll make sure that it's dry. You want to wait until it's dry to fix mistakes for chalk, because then it will wash off and chip off if you scrape it with the correct tools. You don't want to try and do it while it's still wet, because it's just gonna smear and get chalk all over different places. So, hi Jalen, how you doing? Welcome. Ugh. Yes, nursing, weaning, baby feeding, it's all very difficult. It's not the funnest parts of the journey. Okay, so I empathize with you mamas. So there, and we put it on an angle, is our She Remembered Who She Was and the Game Changed. Now we're gonna add our Mighty. So we used our key already on the watercolor paper. Now we're using the Mighty. This is dry now, so now it's okay if we layer. I wanna make sure this is straight, because I want the Mighty part to be straight on the bottom. And it might overlap just a little, and that's okay with me. Okay. We want to make sure it's down smooth, that we don't have any air bubbles. Yes, Alicia, I watched, wait, tonight's Tuesday. So last night's Chicago episodes. In Chicago stuff on Wednesdays, did they change it? Did they switch it again? I don't have real cable, so I have no idea what day shows are actually on. I'm using the gold, by the way. We're smearing over just the Mighty. So I watch everything on Hulu the next day, but let's be real, I don't get to watch it the next day. I have a tiny human, so I watch it on whatever days I happen to be able to sneak a show in on my lunch break if the baby's taking a nap at the same time. So I end up a little behind on shows. Yeah, you watch it on Hulu too. So do I. Hulu's the way to go. I was just thinking the other day, as we're talking about Hulu and tiny humans, I'm like, at some point, like, is my household gonna have to go back to buying regular cable just so that my kid understands how actual television works and how to use one? Because we only have Hulu and Netflix. You know, obviously we can watch YouTube like the rest of the world. But in terms of shows, Hulu, Netflix, we might snag some live TV off of Cody from time to time. Really, that's just for football. And you used to get an occasional Wheel of Fortune fix, but I can't live without Wheel of Fortune, guys. I don't. The pew. Bum, bum, bum. All right, there we go. There's our Mighty at the bottom. Sorry, I'm coughing at all of you. I'm not used to talking so much. During the day, it's just me and my tiny human. I keep losing that board eraser. There it is. I mean, I talk to her all the time. Get down. Don't climb on that. Stop crying. But I don't get to talk about fun adult things. So, all right, we'll get this dried up and then we'll move on to the next part. Yeah, being home for the last year, man, I'm ready. I am ready for a vaccine. I am ready to be out of this house more. I'm ready to see friends, but only if it's gonna be safe. So it's a bummer. We're all stuck in our houses. Trust me, I feel you. For those of you that do not know me personally or haven't heard my story before, I had a tiny human back in December of 2019 now. Believe it or not, that's crazy because it's now 2021. I had a tiny human back in December of 2019. It was a C-section, so I was out for 12 weeks, including about 3 weeks beforehand. I was already working from home. 3 or 4 weeks beforehand, working from home. And then 12 weeks out on maternity leave, so that's now 4 months out of the office. And literally on the day I was supposed to go back from maternity leave, that is the day they said, please don't come to the office anymore. There's a national pandemic. Everyone is working at home from now on. So I haven't stepped foot inside my office in almost a year and a half now. Kind of crazy. I do still work. Yay. She remembered who she was and the game changed. Mighty. She's a mighty. She's mighty. She remembered and the game changed. Then we're gonna add these little doodads on. Okay, I think we're going to lightly blue out this tag. I'm trying to figure out the best way to hang this so that we can see them both. But, so here's a fun technique. If you want to stain any of our faux stain, any of our Couture wood surfaces, a baby wipe, again, the water ones, not any with soap or lotion. Take just a little bit of chalk paste, put it on your surface, and take your baby wipe and kind of smear that color around. It's going to obviously water down the small amount of chalk paste you put on here while smoothly applying it to the surface. If you feel like it's too dark, then just move to a cleaner part of your baby wipe and wipe some more of it down. I want just kind of a light brushed, light blue tone to it. So there's our light. Well, that is hard to tell in the lighting, I feel like. I'm waiting to see how well you guys can see that. It's really got a bit of a lag. It's so light blue. So it's like a stained blue now. So it's not the bright stark white that it was before. Oh yeah, you guys can kind of see it if I angle it correctly. Okay. It's hard to tell at least the difference between what I'm seeing on that screen and what comes through on this screen in terms of color. I'm using a different program now to broadcast my lives and the color is very different. Okay. So we have our stained blue tag. We have our gold key. I'm gonna display them together, but I also want to put something on the tag and use one of our minis. Okay, so, oh, Alicia, girl. That's still a rough life for you though. You say it didn't change you much, but I bet it still changed you a ton. Trying to keep your life safe and healthy while you go to work every day and be around stupid people who can't follow easy precautions to keep your life safe. Okay, so these are our beautifully rare minis, and these are all like girl boss, female empowerment, I feel like. This one says, why hello, and there is eat, sleep, hustle. This one literally says, like a boss. This one's a coffee cup that says coffee first. This one is a diamond ring that says beautifully rare. And this one says good things take time. This one says don't be like the rest of them, darling, and has a little diamond. There's a big heck yes, and live today in all caps, in all capital letters. This one says embrace the crazy, and then it trails off in kind of a crazy pattern. There's pardon my French with some lips. And then the last one has a high heel and it says trust your journey. So I think I'm gonna use this. I don't know, do you guys have a preference? Which one should I use? The board already says she remembered who she was and the game changed. Mighty. And I want to put one of these on here. I'm thinking the one that says beautifully rare, or the one that says trust your journey. Thoughts? Trust your journey or beautifully rare? How about hit your thumbs up, your like button for trust your journey, and your heart button for, oh my gosh, beautifully rare. Thumbs up for trust, hearts for beautifully rare. Which one should we use? Okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up. Ooh, and 2 people, Alicia, Stephanie, is saying trust your journey, trust your journey. Okay, we're gonna cut out your trust your journey, and it's got a high heel. I kind of wish that because, you know, I'm doing this in honor of Madam Vice President, that I had a pair of Converse shoes on there instead of high heels, but we're gonna make it work. And we're gonna put it on there at an angle so that you can kind of read it when we tie it off. Okay, so it's gonna go at this angle, and I'm going to fuzz this up real quick. Yeah, let it trust your journey. Okay, you got it, guys. Trust your journey. Putting it on there at an angle. I'm gonna use my blue. So I stained this very light blue, and then I'm gonna use the same blue, heavy paste. So it's gonna be blue on blue. But this one has a big open screen, so we should see a lot of that darker blue coming through. I want to make sure I get all of it. There's some real skinny lines. And make sure I got them all covered. Okay. Trust your journey. Ready? Ready? Ta-da! Oh, that turned out so cute. I want to like shove it in the camera so y'all can see. Look it. Trust your journey. Awesome. Good choice, y'all. Good choice. I probably would have gone the other way, and now I'm glad I listened to all of you. This is why I bring friends to crafting. Seriously, y'all. I need a little, like, what are those things called? Chip? Something? You know, you attach them to your stuff so they don't get lost. I gotta attach one to my board eraser. Every time I go to use it, I'm like, where'd that thing go? I can't see it. Okay. I'm gonna dry that off. And then we're gonna put this all together, tie it up with a pretty bow, and this one's gonna be done. And then we're gonna pick our raffle winner. Woo! Woo! Who's excited? Woo! All right. So, we've got our main board. Now this board comes with, it already has these little eyelet hooks and a gold chain to hang it, which is really cool because if you do have accents like we're gonna do, you can use ribbon and tie them into those eyelets. Woo, yeah, you guys, it's so cute. You picked so good. All right. So I'm gonna line this up and see how we're gonna attach these. I need to poke a hole in this. And of course, I don't know where my hole puncher is. So we're gonna do it the old fashioned way and just use a pen and a pair of scissors and we improvise. I specifically bought a hole punch for down in my studio because a customer recommended I get one for things like this. I have no idea where it went. I don't even know if it got opened, but it's a missing. I'll use our detail tool too. So, and of course it's watercolor paper, so it's a little stiffer to get through. Ugh. And I know if I use actual scissors, that's where I stab myself, y'all. Okay, not intentional. Let's do this slowly together. Pop a hole in it. Oh, there we go. Bum, bum, bum. Yay. So don't hurt yourself. Don't be like me. Get a hole punch. I have one. I don't know where it's at. Okay. So we're going to close up our piece that we're done using. And I'm going to grab the ribbon that I grabbed for this. Ooh. Y'all, it's perfect. I grabbed a blue ribbon out of the box and it's like the exact same blue that we used. Ta-da! I get excited about little craft anomalies. Yay! Matching ribbon. Who would have guessed? And I'm gonna look for gold. This one will work. Okay. So we've got gold and blue. We're just gonna tie on some messy ties. We're not gonna try and make real floofy bows. Cause that's not what this piece is. It's not like feminine and floofy and this is like strong lady. Like I don't have time for bows in my hair kind of lady. So we're gonna use, just some blue and gold. Couple strands of each. Tie them messy. Make it look beautiful. I think I'm going to do one more of the blue. There we go. Okay. So we're going to run all this ribbon first through our hook, our eye hook. Okay. Then through our wooden tag, because we want that behind the key. And those already come with a nice punch in them. Then we're gonna run it all through our key. My hole may not be quite big enough for that. Let's see where my scissors went. Of course. Oh, we got it all. All right. Woohoo! So we're gonna grab both sides of our ribbon. We're gonna turn and place these just where we want them. And then we're gonna take all of our ribbon, slowly tie it in a knot so that we can place these. Get them right where we want them. And then double knot. I can get all the pieces. I'm really struggling with just tying a basic knot right now, y'all. There's so many pieces of fabric in my hand. Oh. And this is where, like, you could use some hot glue if you need to get things exactly in the right spot. You can just let things dangle. But there is our finished piece. Woo! I'm not even holding up straight. There we go. She remembered who she was and the game changed. She was mighty. And there's our little tag hiding behind right now. Trust your journey. And like I said, you could use some hot glue to tack those down exactly where you want them to go so that everything's showing and beautiful. Yay! That's our first girl power piece tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That turned out great. Great. Great job, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All right, I'm gonna get these pieces put away real quick. Remember, we wash these off, these transfers, so they're reusable. You just put your backing sheets back on. If you're like me and you don't line them up right the first time, try again. And they don't have to be perfect. Ooh, thanks, guys. And then I'm gonna pull our drawing winner and we'll work on our second piece because it's only 9:30. We've been on for an hour. Project in an hour. Woohoo! Okay. So this one is all put away. Boom, just like that. Do, do, do. Those pieces are put away. Great. Okay, so if you guys were following along on my business page and in my group this last week, I did a this or that questionnaire contest throughout the week, showing off a bunch of the new transfers and the new products coming in the new catalog. That catalog comes out in February 2nd. All of the new transfers will be available. February 16th, all of the new paste, surfaces, tools, accessories, all of that fun will be available. So all fun, wonderful new coming in February. So I showed a bunch of those projects and asked people this or that, and all you had to do was comment which one you liked better, this or that. And if you did, you got entered. We had 9 people play in our contest. We had over 160 comments. And so, oh, thank you guys. Yeah, that turned out really well. Thank you all for helping me with color choices and picking out the transfers. But so over 160 comments, so to pare things down and help figure out who's gonna be the winner, if you commented on 1 to 10 of those posts, you got 1 entry, 11 to 20, 2 entries, 21 to 30, 3 entries, and 4 entries for folks who commented on over 30. There were 34 posts, something like that. So there was a lot over the last couple of days. Started on Saturday, I think. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so 4 days, something like that. So we had a lot of entries. There's a lot of folks who are in. So I've already put all the names in and their entry amounts in the generator. So I'm going to back out of here and I'm going to pull it up and then I'm going to stick it in the camera so you can all see that we're going to pick a winner. The winner is getting, oh gosh, I thought it all deleted. Woo! The winner will get a new, so out of the new catalog, an A-size transfer from me. I'll pick one of the new A-size transfers to send out your way. So that'll be coming to you for free. I'll contact you before I send it out. So if there's anything else you want to add on, if you want to add on paste or paste packets or squeegee, or you need a surface or something to do with that A-size transfer and you want to make a purchase, I could put all that stuff together for you. But you'll get one of the brand new ones. But remember, those don't come out till February, and then they'll take probably about 2 weeks to get to me, and then I send them out to you. So you can look for that at like the end of February, maybe beginning of March, but let's say end of February, okay? So I put all our peeps in here. I'm gonna get up and show this all to you since I'm so far away, I feel like. Woo! Here's all our people. If anybody's asking questions at the moment, I can't see them because I can't see your comments, but I'll get to them in just a second. So, see, we had all these people. Can you see those names? It's hard to tell on here. Anyways, bunch of people, bunch of entries. You're all right there. Woo, woo. So I'm going to click, spin the wheel, and we're going to find out who our winner is. Trista Montgomery. Trista Montgomery won an A-size transfer. Congratulations, Trista Montgomery. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody send some Care Bears for Trista. Care Bears for Trista. Will I get back to the live feed? Yay. Okay. Yes. So congratulations, Trista. I'll be in contact with you. You are getting a brand new from the new catalog A-size transfer. And that'll be coming out later in February. Yay. Guys, get excited. If you haven't checked out the This or That contest, obviously it's closed, but go back through and check out all the cool examples. I am going to post the full catalog soon so you guys can see everything all in one place. I'm also going to highlight, again, some of the cool things coming with the changes to the chalk formula and what to expect with that. And I'm also going to show off some of the cool new tools and surfaces that are coming out. Wood cutouts galore. Ooh, guys, so you know our fun wood cutouts that started last year? We had trees, and then let me grab some. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh my gosh. We've had so many options. Okay. So we had trees, Christmas trees last year. And then this Christmas we got deer. And then for Valentine's Day, we got hearts. I don't have any close right now, I don't think. Oh, I do. They're right there. They're right there. Sorry, I'm abandoning you all. Oh, well, there's one here. I don't know where the other one went. That's okay. We have hearts for Valentine's Day. We have little houses that we use for all kinds of stuff, right? We did 4th of July houses. We had gingerbread houses. We just had home decor houses. We use the houses for everything. But we have the cutest little bunnies for Easter. They're bunnies and they're so cute. So we have bunnies coming for Easter. We have the Valentine's Day hearts. And we have a new, basically, line that goes with our vintage truck. I thought vintage truck was right here on the end. I don't know where it's at. Okay, I don't know where it's at. But if you've ever seen our vintage truck transfer, we now have a wood cutout of the truck. There's a wood base that it goes on. And then there's little wood cutouts for the accessories that go in the bed of the truck for the different seasons. So now there's an all-season transfer that has like pumpkins in the back for like fall, flowers in the back for like spring. I'm not even sure what else is in it, but there's stuff for all different seasons, and they're all the same little cutout shape so that you can chalk them on the cutout and then put them in your truck and change the little cutouts inside your cutout truck. It's so cute, so cute. Anyways, I'll have those to show you once they come in stock. They don't come out till February, but get excited. They're really cute. I have such adorable pictures to show. So we have the wood cutouts coming. We have the heat tool that I told you guys all about. We have the new handled squeegee coming. So you guys don't see me use this very often, but this is our big handled squeegee. This one's like hard silicone. It's meant for doing larger size transfers. Actually, it might work really well for the one I'm about to do. But we have a new one coming out that's even better. The bottom is a silicone. Yeah, it's a silicone handle. And the top material, the top squeegee, is now going to be like the same squeegee material as all our other squeegees, so that's more flexible and easy to use. So new large handled squeegee, it's going to be awesome. We got the heat tool, all the wood cutouts. I love when new catalogs come out. They're so great. Okay, so we got this big project that we did tonight. We're going to do one more. It's gonna be quick, no worries. The longest is gonna be waiting to do the layers. So now we're gonna use this Like a Boss. It's got this cool luggage, briefcase, whatnot that we're gonna do in the background. Then we're gonna do our Like a Boss on the top. And then we got another wood tag that we can use the tag that's on here or not. And then there's got these little taglines in the bottom. Innovate, encourage, and inspire. When's the release? When's the new stuff? February. So all the transfers will be available starting February 2nd. February 2nd. all the other new items in the catalog. So new, I forgot to tell you, new in vogue colors. So all the new chalks and new surfaces and new tools will be available starting February 16th. They're doing a rolling release this time so that they can get stuff out the door and to you quicker. In vogue colors, guys. Okay, so in vogue colors, what are those? So Couture has their baseline of colors. There's probably 50. Oh my gosh, I'm totally just guessing off the top of my head right now. About 50-ish colors of chalk paste that we carry every day, all day, any day. Those colors don't change. They may occasionally swap one out or change the shade just a little and rename it. But those are like our base colors that we carry all the time. Then we get 5 in vogue colors, and those are only available during that catalog season. So like the fall winter in vogue colors, those are about to go bye-bye. So if you liked any of those, be sure to grab them because they are retiring. So Shimmer Harvest, that's the yellow shimmer. Shimmer Olive, that's the green shimmer. Those are leaving. So make sure if you want some, get them. But we're getting new in vogue colors. We're getting in vogue melon shimmer. It's like a pink shimmer, a light pink shimmer. And we are getting, oh, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's a blue shimmer, a blue shimmer. I'm really excited. Guys, if you don't know, our shimmers are awesome. If you like sparkly and glittery things, they're beautiful. And I don't even know how to explain them because they're glittery, but they don't have glitter in them in the sense that you are not going to get glitter all over your table. You're not going to get glitter all over the floor or your clothes, or they don't shed glitter because there's not glitter in them. There's sparkle in them. I don't know how to explain it, but you can make your projects glittery and shimmery and sparkly without using Craft Sharpie's glitter. And they're great, and they're a wonderful consistency, and they're really cool. And I love the shimmers. They only come in limited colors. We have about 6 of them that are our standard: silver, gold, white, black, and copper. So I guess that's 5. Oh, red. I think, yeah, the shimmer crimson, that's one of the standard ones, I believe. So 6 colors that are standard shimmers, and then the rest of our shimmers are in vogue, and they rotate out in the seasons. So this season we had yellow and green, and those are going goodbye, and I love them, so I'm gonna have to get some more. You probably should do the same. But now we're getting pink and blue, and I love pink and blue. So congrats on what? Oh, Stephanie, someone tell Stephanie there was a giveaway for a game in on my page this week, and Trista was the winner. That's what the congratulations was. I'm guessing that's what she's asking. Stephanie doesn't get to watch with her volume on because she has a tiny human she has to put to bed. So I'm trying to line this up, and I'm having some difficulties because it's very... Ugh. It's a very tight fit, and it's mostly all screen. So I want it to be smooth. Okay. So we're using our Greyson. This is a 9 by... Oh my God, guys. This is like my favorite board in the world. This is a 9 by 12 Greyson. It's super inexpensive. I think retail price for you guys is like $18 maybe. But this is like our standard go-to board. It's retiring. It's going away. So if anybody needs or wants a Greyson, let me know, or you can go pick one up in your in your own cart. This is one of my favorite services, and it's retiring. So Greyson. All right, so I'm gonna use this Camel that's kind of like a tan color, and I'm also gonna use some bark for like the accents and the stripes to give it a little depth and dimension. So we'll blend some stuff and do some things. Maybe do the handle and the brown and the corners and stuff too. Okay. So these are older pastes. They've been sitting unused for a while, and they're the older formula, so they need a little stir. Oh, this one's not too bad at all, actually. Let's stir it up. It'll be good to go. I give it a little more water just because we're working with such a big screen that this is going to go on a little bit thick, that we want this one to be lighter and creamier and not too thick. Okay, now we are good to go. Make sure our brown's good before we start too, because I don't want to have to wait. Whew. Okay, darker. Brown doesn't look like it needs too much. Oh, I was wrong. It's a little tougher than I thought. Guys, I'm so excited about never having to do this anymore. The new chalk paste will never be like this. The other really cool thing too is that we have an ongoing relationship with the engineering firm that we're working with. So if we happen to come across an issue with the new formula, or have suggestions to make it even better, they're working on, some of them are a little bit thinner than others because of the high color load they have to put into it. But the cool thing is like I said, it's an ongoing relationship with this firm. They know our formula, they work with us. We don't have to like go to someone new and contract someone different and start over from scratch. They know what the deal is. They know exactly what they'd have to go in and fix. Quick fix, it'll be in the next batch, which is really awesome. Okay, so we're gonna take our colors. I'm gonna put down all my Camel, and I'm gonna stay away from the edges because I'm gonna do most of the edges in the brown, and I wanna kind of blend the brown edges. So I'll show you what I mean by that in a few minutes. I'm gonna get this Camel down. I said this whole thing is mostly screen, so this one's gonna take a lot of chalk. Not a lot, because none of these projects take a lot, but more than the normal. And I'm trying to work quick since we're gonna be blending colors. And I don't want stuff to dry in the screen and pull up with it. But if it does on this one, I'm actually okay with that if it pulls up in areas, because that's gonna give it kind of a rustic look. And I want this suitcase luggage to look kind of aged and old and weathered. Like our boss is experienced. And that she's had it for some time. So We're getting the last bit of the tan. Camel is the shade we're using here. And I'm not getting the edges or the corners because I want to do those in brown. And I want to blend them over. And I want it to be kind of a rustic, imperfect blend. So I don't want like perfect lines or edges. That's why I'm not being real worried about where I'm chalking or it being even. Can you guys see that? I left those stripes down the middle and the corners, but I didn't do them perfect because I want to just blend this brown in kind of haphazardly. So it kind of just has an aged look on the edges and the corners. And then I'll use my finger to kind of blend some of the edges. And do kind of just a single stroke down the center where these straps are. Getting everything filled in. This brown is still a little bit thick, so it might pull up in areas, which I'm okay with. Kind of want a little of that rusticy look, like we didn't fill in all the spots, or that her briefcase got a little beat up in times. Because she's a boss. She's supposed to have all the experience and be in charge. So this shouldn't be shiny and new. Get our brown handle. Okay, so you can take your finger, get a little bit wet, and kind of blend where the browns and the tans come together. You don't want it to be too wet because you don't want your paste to like liquefy and bleed under the transfer. That's how you get bleeding and things smearing and looking bad. So you can blend it up a little. It's kind of a mix between an ombre and a hot mess approach. And that's totally cool. We just want like an aged, murky looking suitcase, briefcase. All right, I'm gonna pull this up. Drop it in my tub and check it out. That's exactly what we got. This aged suitcase, briefcase. It's perfect. So we're gonna let that dry. Put away our tans, tan, camel, and our brown. Whoop. And we don't want our transfer sitting in that water. So dunk it in there. Found my board eraser this time. Getting better, y'all. And I clean it off. This one you want to be careful with in the water as you're cleaning, because since it's mostly all screen, you want to make sure you get the big chunks of color out, but you also don't want to stretch the transfer. There's not a lot of teal vinyl holding it, like keeping its shape. And sometimes with ones like these that have so much screen, you may have to flip them over or even take them out and then wipe them off out of the water. Voila. Woo. Okay. So I want to make sure screen is clean. I got one little spot where I can see there's a chunk of chalk in my screen. Now we're all good. Okay. So we dry that off with my handy dandy Norwex cloth. If you all need any Norwex cloths, I got a lady, I'll hook you up. You just let me know. They are my favorite though. These are lint-free, perfect. They like speed dry. You can see one side's pretty clean and I use like for drying and for my hands. And the other side looks like a masterpiece. And I use that for like wiping down surfaces and squeegees and all that other stuff. And then it can go in the wash machine and it's great. And you save so much as opposed to using paper towels on everything. I use them on some things, but I try to be as eco-friendly as possible. Okay, so our suitcase is drying. We're going to do our big like a boss right on top, but we're also going to do a tag for this one. So I'm going to grab, oh, I thought I had it handy, sorry. Got it kind of buried. Got some ribbons. We'll see what we use for this one. So I've got another tag because it just seems perfect that we have a tag for our luggage, a luggage tag. There's some different ways. So I showed you guys how to like faux soaking it in the booster. No, I haven't yet. So I've had this for probably almost a year and I've only washed it twice. That's how well it like dries and holds its shape and stays soft. It should go in the wash more often, it really should, but our stuff is non-toxic, and I only use it on chalk projects. I'm not using it to like clean up other stuff and things like that, so it's only got water and non-toxic chalk in it. Don't think I'm gross, but I mean, look at how well this is held up for something that's only been washed like twice in a year, right? Crazy. I love it. And I have another one that I haven't even opened yet. So I have a brand new one too, but I don't want to use it yet because I don't want it to not be brand new and pretty anymore. Okay, so what I was saying was I showed you guys how to like faux stain these. There's other ways to distress them as well. You also can sand them. And I didn't bring any sandpaper down, or you can use distressing ink, which these are like little ink pads that have alcohol ink in them, alcohol inks, and you just kind of scuff along the edges. I'm feeling I probably should have done this after I put the transfer down, but that's okay. You just go along the edges with this little pad and see, you kind of distressing ink, that's what it's called. So I just did the edges right now. I'm actually going to use the scuzzy side and use that to kind of blend this over. used a black, I could have used a brown. I've got some different colors, but you can see how now it's got that like distressed look to it. I'm going to use the actual, there's a little tag transfer. I'm putting it on a tag, so we don't necessarily have to use this, but I'm going to just because we have it and it's out, and why not? And because if you don't have a mini tag and you just want to do it on a square of wood, or do like I did before and do it on some watercolor paper, you can see what the transfer looks like. Figured, why not? Let's just use it so we can see it. Okay. And I'm gonna use the lighter tan, the Camel. And I'll probably distress it again after I chalk the whole thing. So it's got like that aged look to it. So we put our words over the top. I'm really excited for new paste. It's gonna be a little different getting a hang of if you guys have chalked before. You will not need as much paste at all. So use less paste. You also do not need to push as hard because you don't want it bleeding underneath the transfer since it is thinner. How cute. Those of you who are Club Couture members, you will be getting new paste packets in your February club. Not only will you get newly designed packets, they're coming in a different foil. They won't have the notch on them anymore, so there's less opportunity for breakage or exploding in the mail. But you're also getting the new paste formula in your pouches that come for February. So you will get to try out the new paste right away. Not all paste is switching over quite that soon. So, like if you order bright white right now, you will already get the new paste formula. It'll be coming your way. All the En Vogue colors will be the new formula. Our popular colors will be the new formula. The lesser popular colors, we will start transitioning over as soon as production calls for. So look forward to that. If you are a Club Couture member, you will be getting new paste formula in your February pouch. If you're not a club member, we should talk about that. So club members, that is our exclusive monthly subscription club. $19.99 a month. That's all you pay. That includes shipping. $19.99 a month. Is this dry yet? Ooh, we may need to. Your last month's didn't make it. Are you saying did your paste packet explode? Girl, call corporate. They will replace it. They will absolutely replace that for you. Okay, I'm gonna blow dry this a little and talk over you. So, while we talk about that, the old paste singles, these old singles when you get individual packets of paste, we were having some issues because mail carriers, not all of them are getting hand canceled like they're supposed to. Oh girl, do it anyways. Get the new ones. Those envelopes are supposed to get hand canceled by the mail and by the post office and not run through the machines. And that is not happening. A lot of them are getting run through the machines, and therefore these little packets are getting destroyed in the machine, and they're exploding paste in people's envelopes, and it's getting all over the transfer and all over the envelopes, and then you can't use your paste. And it's a little fight that we're having with the post office. Not true. I mean, it's true what was happening, but we're not fighting with them. What we did is we redesigned our packets. We made them out of a double layered, super strong foil. And we got rid of the little notches on the side that were a possible breakage point. So now you have to cut them open. Sorry, it's a little more of a step. But they changed what the packet is made of to the point where our director was jumping up and down on the packet in her shoes, and there still would not explode. So new packets, new packaging. If any of you who are in Club Couture got them and they did explode because your postal carrier ran them through the machine or folded them and scrunched them up in your mailbox, please contact corporate. They will replace those for you. If your transfer got destroyed by it, please contact corporate. They will replace all of that for you. Like, no questions asked. They're really, really great about that. And now you don't have to worry about it happening ever again. Yay! Okay, so what were we talking about? Club. If you're not in the club, you should be. So Club is our subscription program, $19.99 a month. It includes shipping. Every single month you get a 9x12 exclusive transfer. Exclusive. You cannot buy it. I can't get extra. They're only available through your club membership. And you get coordinated paste packets, colors to go with it. Some of it's brown, not dry yet. So that every month you can do a new project, and it's all coordinated colors and designs, all meant to go together. $19.99. You also get some exclusive specials by being a club member. Like I mentioned to Jen, they're going to be the first ones to get the new paste formula. That's pretty cool. You also get reduced, cheaper shipping. So flat rate shipping on orders is typically $6.95 per order. If you are a club member and you're buying something outside of your club, because remember, your club membership, you don't pay shipping. Every single month that comes to you included in the $19.99, you do not pay extra for shipping. But if you do place an order, then you're only paying $4.95 for shipping. You get reduced shipping for being a club member. You also get exclusive specials every single month. So this month, if you had placed a certain dollar amount order, you got a free reclaimed surface of your choice. Sometimes in the past, they've gotten like buy two paste, get the third free. They've gotten their choice of ordering retired transfers. They get all kinds of cool things for being in the club. It's pretty cool. If you're not sure about joining the club yet, in the past, I would have access to the exclusive club design early, and you could see it. Let's do this on an angle. Okay. But if you ordered and joined the club, you were joining for the following month. So you couldn't get the existing transfer unless you purchased that as an add-on. So your first club purchase was like a surprise. And then every month after it was like a surprise. That's changing. Starting in February, as soon as I have access to the design and can show it off, if you decide, yes, I wanna be in the club, you get that transfer immediately. No more waiting till the next month. No more having to add on the previous month if it's still available. You'll get to add it on immediately. So when I show off February's and go, check out how cool February's is, and you go, oh my God, February's is awesome. I really want to be in the club. And I used to say, that's too bad. You can't get February's. You can only sign up for March. Now I can say, congratulations, you can get February's. Yay, get excited. And guys, February's is real cute. I've already seen it. So I'll post some stuff so you guys can see what that looks like. But that's February's, and February hasn't started yet, so you can't get that one until February, but you can get that one, which is the cool part. It used to be, oh, too bad, so sad you like this one. Glad you're interested now, but you gotta wait till next month. That's not the case anymore. So, in February, I will show February's, and it is magical, and you'll love it. And then you can all sign up in February, and it'll be great. I'm really excited. It's really cute. What other cool things for club members? If you're local, and I know it's still kind of a bust right now because of COVID, but if you're local, when I start up workshops, only club members are able to use my club transfers in the workshop, in the studio. Woo! But they have access to all of them. Check it out, like a boss. Yeah, like a boss. But they have access to all of them. So say you join this month, and I were to hold a workshop next month. Let's pretend COVID's over and everybody can come over and you can hang out in my studio and be part of the workshop. You can look through my entire last year and a half of exclusive club couture transfers and have access to use those. I only make them available for my club members. So if there's a cool one and you're like, oh my God, that's gorgeous, I want to use that. And I say, I'm sorry, you're not in the club. It's exclusive. But we all know COVID's still a thing, and I have very limited workshops right now. So hopefully that'll be all up and running soon. But, whew, oh my gosh, I'm running out of space because everything's drying. Okay, we've got one thing left to chalk on our little tag, and our second project for tonight is done. Okay. Who's still with me? Drop me a comment. Say hi. Who's hanging out? Who's watching? I'm moving some stuff around, so I got room for y'all. Okay. I don't know yet where I'm gonna put this tag or how I'm gonna attach it. I'll figure that part out later. But it just goes with the concept. This is a reusable board, so I don't want to like permanently put anything down to like adhere this, because then I wouldn't be able to reuse the board. However, I've heard from a little birdie that if you use hot glue on the reusable surfaces that you can just pop it right off, and then it continues to then be a reusable surface. I haven't tried it myself, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for you all, but I think it may be something I try in the near future. Oh, hey, Jumlingo. What color did I use on the Like a Boss? This is Currant Jam. It's like our reddish maroonish color. It very much does remind me of jam. And I also just used that on the little thing that says innovate, encourage, inspire. On our little tag. So let me rinse off that transfer real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys all the stuff we finished tonight. Okay. Sorry guys, I hate to pause to like clean things because I know that's not fun to watch, but the quicker you wash them off, the less likely they'll stain and look nice. If they stain, it's okay. They're still gonna work as long as you got all that paste out of the screen. I just like mine looking pretty, and I feel like the cleaner you wash them, the longer they last. So, like I said, I know that part's not fun. I wish I had like a little like clone of me who could do the washing off camera. I'm not that lucky. Okay, so we have our suitcase or briefcase that we did in Camel and Bark, the Like a Boss that we added in Currant Jam over the top, and then we have our little tag, our luggage tag, I'm gonna call it, that I'm gonna figure out how to attach on here. I think I may tack it on up top somehow, or figure out how to add it. But we distressed that with distressing ink, which I just buy at the craft store. Where did mine go so I can show you guys? It's called Distress Ink. It just comes in these little cubes. You can buy them in different colors. Mine was like a variety pack that came in like black, brown, ivory, I think 4 or 6 different colors. You kind of just brush it on there and smear it over. So that's how we got that, like, I used black. I really wish I probably should have used like a brown, but that's how we got that stained, distressed color in the background there. Then we used the Camel again for the actual tag transfer, and the Currant Jam for the innovate, encourage, inspire. And if I wanted to, I could dig out my brown distress ink and go back over this and kind of distress the tag. I wonder if it's handy. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh yes, look at that. So here's a brown, and this one, can get it to open. I'm kind of just gonna dab over top. So there's different fun ways you can play with those. So now you can see it's kind of got a little bit more of a distressed look to it. This is the 9x12 Greyson frame, white frame. There are 2 different Greyson available. There's a white frame and a black frame. So if you want a whole black board with black frame, that's an option. This is the black with a white frame. It is retiring. This makes me so sad. They're one of my favorite boards. So I would say grab some quick. You will see it's not in the new catalog for February. I don't know how many are currently in stock. Come February 1st, when the new catalog is out, this will still be available on the website, but just not in the catalog while quantities last. And once it's out, it's retired and it's gone. So that makes me sad. But, so we did our, woo, Like a Boss project. We did our She Remembered Who She Was and the Game Changed project. This is the 10-inch gold frame, also retiring. I used 2 retiring frames tonight to show you guys kind of how to use them if you do want to grab them now. There's also an 18-inch, a larger one that's also retiring, but they are available right now. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, in the description, my top link, that is my Linktree link. It's got, you click on it and it automatically brings you to buttons for all my different stuff. The first one is to the shop. You can get to my Facebook page, to my Facebook group, to my Pinterest, my blog, my YouTube. Some of that stuff I don't use quite as often, or I'm starting to build up on that. But you got links to everything, to joining my team if that's something you're interested in. If you're like, this stuff is awesome and I think I would like to do this a lot, let me know, because there's some options there too. You do not have to sell the product in order to be a designer and reap the benefits of being a designer. Designers get a 40% discount. 40% discount on everything, all of our products. And you do not have to sell. We have tons of just hobby designers. We've got some quarterly minimums you have to meet, 100 PV, which is equal to like $100 per quarter. It's not hard to spend $100 on product in a quarter in a 3-month span. So if you buy things a lot, if you buy a lot of product, if you think, wait, maybe I do want to sell, or I want to have workshops, or I want to sell finished goods. Some people sign up as a designer to buy the raw goods just to create finished products and sell finished products at like craft shows on Etsy, things of that nature. That's a possibility as well. But I don't want to get into all those little minute details. If that's something that interests you or catches your attention, let me know and we can talk about that. But if you're interested in just making a general purchase and want to pick up some supplies or look at the projects that we made tonight, like I said, my link tree is there. That will get you to everything. Or the second link, that's a quick link to a pre-made cart. And that cart has all of the like girl power, lady empowerment transfers already thrown together in the cart. And that has the Mighty and the Game Changer transfer in it. It's got the Like a Boss transfer in it. It's got the mini Beautifully Rare transfers in it. It has the Wife, Mom, Boss transfer in it. This one is also retiring real soon. I love this one. And there's a couple others in there that I don't have on hand. Excuse me. But are all like Go Lady Power. So if you click on that link, it'll automatically take you to a cart that has all of that put in the cart for you already. And you can adjust the cart as you see fit. You want to throw some surfaces in there, you want to throw some chalk in there, you don't want all the transfers, you just want a couple, great, you can remove them from the cart. But I put it all in that cart for you so that you don't have to go searching for all those transfers. So yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. It is just about 10:30, which means we did 2 projects, 2 hours. We did a raffle winner. We talked about new stuff and new paste and all kinds of fun. So if anybody has any other questions, drop them in the comments. I will get back to you. Otherwise, be sure to like my page, chock full of, click on that name and like, follow, turn on your notifications. I have a VIP group as well where I do specials and games and all kinds of other fun stuff. So make sure you're also a part of that. But yeah, these are our projects. Woohoo! I had a ton of fun with you all tonight. It was a really great time talking with you all and creating and having fun. So go out, make pretty things. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.